welcome to Youngest Lake the One YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the red subscribe button down below and turn on the bell icon. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section.
That Uka has expelled Madam Savoy Imboela.
Yes.
What do you make of the state of the opposition?
Very unfortunate, but of course, in my language, we say, we always sale foko naula, first alava amfulonganya. That is a distraction you are seeing in the opposition. And I said it at the briefing at the Anderson Kambela Mazoka about the secretariat that the president has raised the bar so high that even today the opposition have failed even to come up with a candidate. But you see, the issue of Uka, I was in the opposition at the time. I'm one of those who pioneered that project of the Uka. At that time, we were calling it Save Zambia. I was in the opposition before I joined the ruling party. And Uka was started by Madam Chala Kateka, Madam Savoy, and our comrade Silavwe. Those are the colleagues that started Uka. Until external forces came in to hijack that process. That was my point of departure, because I could not stand that we should support the candidature of President Lungu to come back to office. At that point, I said, I cannot be part of this process because we are going to go back. First of all, President Lungu was humiliated. No president in this country, not even Dr. Kaunda, by losing by such a huge margin. Why would they even think of bringing back somebody that was humiliated in such a manner to come back to office? So I said it at that point that Uka is a BID case at that point when it was hijacked to bring the leadership of President Lungu. And I said it that the failure of you guys to organize your own political parties, because that was the issue. They failed to organize their own political parties. President Lungu had no party at that time. They could not be used at any point to rebrand the PF in that manner. So there was a lot of confusion that I cannot exhaust at this platform. But from the beginning, I said it, that Uka is a BID case. I saw it, that it is not going anywhere. It moved from Uka, went to Tonse. From Tonse back to Uka. It's sad that we cannot have an organized opposition. It's not our intention as the ruling party to see the confusion that is happening, even though it works to our...
The opposition continues to accuse the ruling party of being behind the confusion.
Let the opposition set their house in order, first of all. But the problem is that the president has raised the bar so high of presidency that there is no match of any candidate from the opposition to match our candidate. And maybe because there can only be one person to lead the country at a particular time. Okay? If anything, going to 2026 elections, it's just that we are in a democracy. Otherwise, the president should have just gone through and opposed. Which candidate from the opposition would you want to bring to match the caliber of President Hakainde Hichilema? There is none. There is none. There was even a time when God was looking for leadership. He said, I sought for a man among them that should stand in the gap, but I found none. The same can be said to the current group of opposition leaders. There is none to match the caliber of President Hakainde Hichilema. And I say that with due respect. I say that with due respect. So come December, the opposition will still be looking for who to lead them. It's like there's gross darkness over the opposition. So the firing and hiring of each other will continue. But anybody who can have discernment, they will endorse the candidate of President Hakainde Hichilema. If Madame Savoy can be spoken to by herself, I heard my director saying Chimbuya that she's welcome to the European. If anything, she once belonged here. And you see, there comes a time when you face reality, all these people, the opposition, the Uka, the Tonse that you're talking about, if they were to be sincere, it's just that we would not want to have a one-party state. Maybe this time that we have this two constitutional term of office for President Hakainde Hichilema up to 2031.
Thank you very much, Acting President. I have a message for Munir. Munir, you can see all these people who are here. All of them are here in support of you. So do not feel alone. You know that we have your back, all of us, and we'll continue to do so. Also look back into history. You had Mahatma Gandhi, who was detained. You had Nelson Mandela, who was detained. You had our very own Kenneth Kaunda, who was detained, along with his colleagues who were detained. At the time they were being detained, there must have been a lot of sorrow. But they are today's heroes, those who are detained and do so because of their fight for the people, end up being the heroes. So we are looking up to you, a hero, a legend in the making. We are going to be with you, and we are going to celebrate on the day that you are coming out, and we know that is going to happen. My colleagues, I'm sure, will add to that. I stand before you, not that I have much to say, but I have everything to rebuke. We have the cyber law, which has been enacted against the people of Zambia for very few people, selfish people, who think to serve their interest. But my appeal is to President Hakainde Hichilema. He must listen to his conscience. One of the campaign message that he gave the people of Zambia was when the Patriotic Front enacted this cyber law. He promised us that he's going to repeal as one of his first acts. But like the Public Order Act, he has maintained it and retained it because it's working for him. The cyber law is one of the laws that he must repeal as a promise. Anything else is going to promise from now on, going into 2026, Zambians, make him accountable, because that will be a lie. If he can't honor the striking off of the cyber law, we must not trust him on anything that he will say from now on, because he's a benchmark of lie. Coming to my good friend Munir, who has gone in for 18 months, this is a struggle for all of us. He's just a flag bearer. The sedition that they have put on everybody on their necks was a colonial law, which has never been used by successful governments because it eats in our constitutional rights, the right to free speech, the right to communicate, the right to hold an opinion. And today, those rights have been criminalized. And those people who speak, myself included, President Rubinda included, Sakwiba Scott Shalakateka included, are headed for jail. And the angels in the UPND are watching all of us suffering, abused, and rejected. But it's a matter of time. And good day.
Yes. My message is to Zambians. From 1964 until now, things seem to have been going down. But like everything else, it shall come to pass. I think you remember a few days ago I talked about how this group of people is coming to deliver the Zambians from what we have been going through. You must have hope. That is the only thing we have, is hope. We must hold on to that hope, and we must fight the good fight. We must realize that something good is going to come. Do not give up, because if you lose hope, then we'll all become depressed. But things are going to work out fine. There are people who are not sleeping for the sake of the Zambians. Work with us as we work towards the liberation of Zambians in 2026. Thank you very much.